It was a cold October evening in 1999, and Dawn Slayton was returning home from a late shift at the diner. The roads were quiet, with only the occasional car passing by. As she turned onto Bray Road, a dense fog began to roll in, shrouding the trees in an eerie mist. Dawn had driven this route countless times before, but tonight, something felt different. An unsettling stillness hung in the air. The narrow rural road wound through fields and patches of forest, its asphalt cracked and weathered. As Dawn's car trundled along, her headlights cut through the fog, illuminating the trees on either side. The radio was off, and the only sounds were the hum of the engine and the crunch of the gravel beneath the tires. As she approached the curve in the road, Dawn noticed something out of the corner of her eye, a dark shape, crouched low by the roadside. Her heart skipped a beat. Thinking it might be a large dog or a deer, she slowed down to get a better look, the fog swirling around the figure. As she drew near, Dawn's breath caught in her throat. The creature wasn't a dog, nor was it a deer. It was something much more terrifying. The figure slowly rose from its crouched position, standing on two legs, towering over her car. Dawn's eyes widened in horror as she looked in the sight before her. The creature was massive, easily over 6 feet tall, with broad shoulders and long, muscular limbs. Its body was covered in dark, matted fur that glistened in the dim light of her headlights. But it was the creature's face that truly froze Dawn in fear. It was a grotesque combination of human and beast. A wolf-like snout, pointed ears, and glowing amber eyes that seemed to burn with a malevolent intelligence. Its mouth was slightly open, revealing sharp, yellowed teeth. For a moment, the creature simply stared at her, as if sizing her up. Panic surged through Dawn's veins. She knew she had to get out of there, but her body was paralyzed with fear. The creature took a step towards her car, its claws clacking on the pavement. The small movement snapped her out of her trance, and with a scream, Dawn slammed her foot on the gas pedal, the tire screeching as her car lurched forward. The creature didn't hesitate. It lunged at her vehicle, its claws raking across the passenger side door with a loud screech. Dawn could feel the impact reverberate through the car, but she didn't dare look back. Her only thought was to escape. She sped down the road, her hands gripping the steering wheel so tightly that her knuckles turned white. In her rearview mirror, Dawn caught a glimpse of the beast chasing her. It was running on all fours now, its powerful limbs propelling it forward with terrifying speed. But just as quickly as it started the chase, the creature suddenly veered off the road and disappeared into the woods, leaving Dawn alone on the road once more. She didn't slow down until she reached the safety of her home. As she pulled into her driveway, Dawn's entire body was trembling. She sat in her car for a moment, trying to calm her racing heart. When she finally mustered the courage to step out, she walked around to the passenger side and gasped. There, etched into the metal of her car door, were deep claw marks, proof that what she had seen was no hallucination. For weeks after the encounter, Dawn couldn't shake the image of the creature from her mind. The glowing eyes, the way it had moved, and the sheer terror she had felt. It all haunted her, even in her dreams. She later learned that she wasn't the only one who had seen the beast. Others in the area had reported similar sightings of a large, wolf-like creature lurking near Bray Road. Some claimed it was a misidentified bear or a large dog, but Dawn knew what she had seen. It wasn't just an animal. It was something far more sinister. Something we were told that didn't exist. Years later, the story of the Beast of Bray Road would become legend. But for Dawn, it was all too real. Every time she drove down that lonely stretch of road, she couldn't help but glance into the shadows, wondering if the beast was still out there, waiting.